Hey, so we're working on it. it's un petit slow. It's un petit. I don't think that makes any sense. It's very slow. Treads slow. That's very tread slow. So I got the important colors done. So old light gray, blue, black, and over here we have yellow. White and red are not going to impress me at all. But I'll get them over here. They'll come over here. Yeah, and so every time I pick up a container, I say, can I sell this? Or do I have to put it in this room? So today I sold all my ZNAP. I'll bring it to Bricks in the Six and get some money for that. So if you wanted it, you're already too late. Yeah, it is. I am fast realizing we're going to put the 2 shelves here, by the way. So there is that. We're going to reorganize things a little bit over there. That's why those things are not full yet. I'm going to sell straight up most, not all, but most of my light blay and most of my dark blay. Just sell the whole thing outright. I don't know what I'm going to charge for that because it is sorted ish. But light blade and dark blade out the door, because I don't, besides dark blade tiles, because I think that looks great in classic space, I don't use either color unless there's no old substitute here for light gray and dark gray. Light blade and dark blade never really interested me. Again, I'm going with the idea that I'm going to pretty much winnow this collection down to the stuff I know I'm going to build with now. If at some point in the future I feel like building something that requires light blade or dark blade, I do not think I will be missing or unable to acquire any of that. It's like there might be a website out there that you can buy bricks as you want them, and the newer the bricks, the cheaper they are. So straight up, and I'm going to say this very clearly because some people have texted me after watching these videos, Dave, what are you selling? And what are you selling it for? I don't know what I'm selling it for yet. I am not an expert on the cost of Lego or for selling. I've never had a bricklink store. I know that I've Googled this a bunch of times, $5 a pound versus $15 a pound. You see the people on the internets, either on Marketplace or eBay or wherever else, and you got big totes for $300, and they say, oh, 30 pounds or 26 pounds. I'm going to do a little more than a little research on this, but if somebody comes to me with an offer, and I will say this to my friends that are in the area, if you're watching this, the 10 of you who watch this, you want to come over here and look through this stuff and say, hey, Dave, I'll take this for X amount of dollars. Again, limited it to light blade and dark blade and some other stuff I might have, but not monorail. I'm actually gonna downsize my train stuff. I got bins of old track that I'm going to sell. Now that's going to be easy because I can look up the 3 or 4 different pieces on Bricklink and see what they're going for and choose a price that's closer to the lesser than rather than higher. Because I want to get rid of it. I don't want to keep. I'm not here to make a huge profit, but I also don't want to feel like I'm being screwed by friends. I've had that before, where a friend says, "Oh, I see that you got this on Marketplace for $20, I'll give you 10. I'm going, just because you're a friend, you think you can screw me? Like, are you serious here now? Like, this is to $20 is cheaper than the lowest price on Bricklink. And then you're coming to me and you say, you want to give me 10 because I'm asking for 20? Like, if you said 15, I would have not even like thought, sure, 15, because you're a friend. But some friends have said, oh, Dave, I saw this, that you're on Marketplace and you're asking $20 and I'm going to give you 10. I'm a really nice guy, so I've been told. But I don't want, and because of my, I don't know, my personality or my lack of ability to assess, or like my friend Jeff is, very heavy into the research of Lego and the minutiae, the interesting minutiae thereof. I'm not. I like what I like, and I don't put a lot more effort into stuff that I'm not really, not that I don't like it, but the stuff that doesn't appeal to me, I don't put any effort into it, because I got enough to keep me happy with what I want. But again, over the years of acquisition, all the other stuff came with the stuff I wanted. So so I am gonna sell. I am gonna sell a lot, and what I would appreciate from friends and or friends of friends who might be in the area. Like if you want to tell one of your friends that are living in the area, hey, and I don't know them, and you can vouch for them, I will have no problem opening my door and say, hey, come on over. Or I'm going to bring what I can to Bricks and Six. But right now, what I'm bringing to Bricks and Six seems to be a lot. I still have to put a layout in the van. So I got my whole bin of Zednap. Now, again, it was hard to price this. It really was hard. It was very difficult to price this. Now, I know what I paid for it back in the day, and I didn't pay hardly anything for it because I got it in used lots and deep discounts when they were dumping it. There was a time in RTL Toronto when somebody found out that I don't know which stores, Zellers, whatever, had these things on severe discount because they were dumping them, and they came with a 9-volt gray motor, which we used in our RCXs. So I bought 4 or 5 of those sets, but I didn't spend hardly anything for those sets, and the rest of it just came my way a lot. So I asked $50, which I think for this box of Zednap is, for me, reasonable, because I don't think in total back in the day I spent $50, and I want it out of here. So I mean, again, I'm not looking to make a huge profit on this stuff, but I asked $50 for this total of Zednap, because really it is such a really insignificantly small part of this huge hobby of ours, Zednap, that I'm surprised that somebody actually got back to me. Because they're gonna say it's not Lego, it's Zednap. But so I just ballparked $50 for that thing, and now it's gone. And that's, to me, that's acceptable, because I don't want it here. The Lego on the other hand, I don't think I'm taking a bath on that. I don't think I spent much more than that over the years of, and again, I bought used lots that came with Zednap, but I wasn't buying it for the Zednap. I bought it for the rest of the Lego collection. So again, me losing that for $50, piece of cake. With the container, because I won't need it. So it really does come down to my personality of not of trusting my friends, and I had a conversation before about finding out that somebody lied to me about something that was going on, and that hurt. I'm gonna say I've mostly let it go. That doesn't cross my memory as much, but now that we're talking about it, I don't necessarily need to forgive anybody, because as part of life I've been lied to before, and sometimes I, not maliciously, but just my way of enhancing stories, I always say. Some people caught me in a lie because I would enhance a story that part of the enhancement wasn't necessarily true, but I that would go by a fishtail, shall we say. But straight to my face, lying to me about a critical issue that is pertaining to me, and not only me, but my wife and my friends, my other friends, that could be detrimental to whatever. I don't want to put in too many specific details, so I'm just keeping this as vague as possible. I was upset at the time. And so, and combined with, hey, Dave, I'll give you $10 for this when you're asking for 20, I'm going, so this is what makes me not want to do this, because I don't want to end friendships over this. I do not want to end friendships over this. If you think that buying a case of wood or ring in the cell, light blade, dark blade, whatever, is worth what you think it's worth, and I think it's worth something different, then we can go our separate ways. But overall, I do want to get rid of it. So come on over before Bricks and Six. I don't think I'll be able to bring all my light blade that I want to sell to Bricks and Six, but I can tell you, in this room, light play's not going to make an appearance in the entirety that I have it. Now, I've actually I've mentioned to my friend Jeffy the other day that I'm going to sell my 2x4, because I had two shoe boxes full of 2x4 light gray bricks, because that's what happened over years of collecting. I actually had two. Where's the other box? What's where we at? This is box one of two. The other one's actually on the shelf over there. So I said, I'm not putting this one on the shelf because I'm going to sell it as quick as possible. And knowing that my friend Jeff builds with this stuff, he says he'll take it. And again, we're going to come up with a price. And because it's Jeff, it's like, it's going to be fine. Because out of all the people I trust in the world when it comes to this stuff, is my friend Jeff. So, thanks, Jeffy. And I want him, because again, he is my top two favorite builders of all time. I mean, anyway, I'm not going to go into it. Gosh, my friend Jeff. And he's for me, in my circles, the ultimate fan. Because he wants to be the fan. And I really adore him for that. So Jeffy will work out something, and it's right there. But it doesn't have to go on my shelf, so that saves me a spot on my shelf that can be used for something else. Now, also in the conversation last night, we talked about how many shelves I have in here right now. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. Well, I'm going to put those back in, so I can be 9 and 10. So it's going to be 10.5. And I had 11 downstairs. Now, with the 11 downstairs, I had my own adjustable shelving, so I had a lot more. Probably another whole shelf. I probably had 12 shelves worth of stuff in the basement, and I'm going to have 10.5. So the other critical thing is that some of my shelves were overlapping. So you couldn't use all, if you look at this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 across, fits perfectly. Some of my shelves, at least 2 or 3 of them, the whole side of the shelf was covered, so you could only put 3 of these, and then you had to tuck stuff in this because it was being blocked by another shelf. So I have saved, by arranging my shelf this way, all shelf space is accessible by those shoe boxes. So I've gained up 3/4 of an entire shelf by just arranging it like this instead of what I had in the basement, which I think is fantastic. So it's gonna, it's gonna balance out. I'm also selling like the majority of these things as quick as possible. A lady came here today. So again, to make the case, I don't even know her. I think on my Facebook Marketplace ad, I said there are 44 light gray base plates for $440. I think, or 88. Sorry, I had 88 base plates. 44, 88. 88 base plates for $44. $440. So like $10, $5 a base plate. If you want to take the whole thing, the whole stack of 88, or you can buy each one for $10. And she said, I want 4. And I said, perfect. And I'll sell them to you for 30 for 4, because then if you do the math, she's saving $10. And I didn't have a problem with that, because again, I will say this straight up, I never spent more, and this is me being secretive, not really, I never spent more than $5 per base plate of any base plate that I have in here, unless it came in a set. But every base plate lot that I bought, used base plate lot that I ever bought, I never paid more than $5 for any of these base plates. These used base plates. What I did is exactly the same with my monorail. When I saw monorail lots on eBay way back in the day before it became stupid expensive, as I looked at it and I said, well, it's going to be $5 for one straight and $2.50. No, it's $10 for straight. $2.50 for the quarter straight. $2 for a curve, because curves are a dime a dozen. $15 for a switch, and $15 for a little tiny curve. And then I would count out how many pieces are on the lot and on eBay, and I would add those numbers together, and that's the bid I put. That's the only bid I put on those eBay auctions. And again, 60-70% I lost, and because they probably had other pieces or the actual monorail. I was just interested in the track. But over the course of a couple of years, I won a whole bunch of monorail, like boxes full. And then of course Mike Shields gave me boxes of monorail for $300. Thanks, Mike. So I did the same thing with base plates for a long time, especially if I saw crater plates in the lot and the classic space landing pads and T intersections. I wasn't out to, get a whole bunch of, here we go, they're all going to fall down now. I wasn't out to get a whole bunch of these space plates, but I have 88 of them. So this is just the road base plates, and these guys, a few of these, I got 2 or 3 of those. But I would look at the lot and I say, oh, there's like 40, or nobody had 40 base plates except for that one time. There's 10 base plates. I bid $50. And usually I won those ones because nobody was interested in buying base plates 15, 20 years ago. And it never went over, like it didn't even get close to 50. So none of these used base plates that I got off of eBay or wherever else, I spent more than $5 for. So if I get anything other than $5, more than $5, I'm a happy guy. But of course, I also, if people want to buy the entire lot, it's $5 a piece. If you want to buy individual ones, it's $10. To me, that's, because now I have to break it up. But Dave, these financial genius. I went on eBay because I had 2 Castle raised base plates, and I did go on Bricklink because each one of those were separate. And one, the cheapest on Bricklink, which was covered in scratches and stuff, was $120. So I put it up for $100. And then I had the other one for $40, and that was cheaper than the least expensive one at Bricklink. And again, mine were mint because and again, I can guarantee I didn't spend more than $5 or $10 on the lot that came in. So it's like I got them years ago. And so I do plan on selling some of my 32 by 32 raised base plates as long as they're not classic space, which in this case means Ice Planet and Blacktron, and of course Great Plates. But I got a lot of Castle plates and a lot of green ones so really quick tangent, which is probably going to go into the next story anyway. What I was planning to do after I get this done was sit down here, make a video of me making a set from my collection, just making a set, whether it's Technic or Expert Builder or not Expert Builder, Model Team, because I don't mind selling my 5590. I don't need it here. So I don't mind selling that, but make a video me making it, and then here's a completed set, and who wants to buy it, and then put it on Marketplace to sell for whatever the Bricklink, the lowest price of Bricklink for that set is, without instructions, without box, and that would help me downsize the collection too. And I would do it for all my Aquazones that I have, and other, like I have the hydrocrystallization sets. I have 2 of those. I haven't listed them yet. I don't think I've listed them yet. But I'm thinking about bringing bricks in the 6 and just selling them. Like I do love Aquazone, but I don't have the time or the resources or the want to do an Aquazone layout, even though, to be said, that would be the coolest thing ever to have an because everybody and their dog does a classic space layout. Like literally every convention I've ever been to has at least one classic space layout. Whether, again, in this instance, classic space, Mtron, Space Police, whatever, Blacktron too. But I hardly ever see a fantastic Aquazone layout. That would be awesome, but it's not going to be me because I'm not interested to build that. I would love to see it. So that is one of my plans when this room gets done, is to just reconstitute any random set that I think I might want to build, Black Sea Barracuda, whatever, and then sell it. And that makes money for me to, I don't want, I want this, I have mentioned this a long time ago, but it still holds true. I want this hobby to pay for itself. And that includes going to conventions. Brickomania was one of our least expensive outings for a Lego show ever. First of all, because the mileage was covered by my company because I did work for the week. So I getting there and getting home was mileage. And the hotel room overall was covered by the company, because the mileage I get, like whatever cents a kilometer, which is like not even covered. I mean, it's well more than what my gas is. And so the hotel and the mileage was covered for the week, including the weekend, for Brickomania. So that's a wash. So the only thing that we had to buy that came out of our pocket was, food and going downtown Montreal and having a good time down there, and enjoying the park at the waterfront, which is just fantastic. And we went to see Aura, I think it was Aura, at the St. Baptiste Cathedral, or whatever it was called. It was c'est magnifique. I was completely in awe of that light show in the cathedral. It was just like, that. If you have the means, I seriously recommend doing that in and of itself. I mean, seeing the cathedral in the first place before they turned off the lights was just like people walk through cathedrals, and I get moved by that. I love churches. I've always loved churches. I love the cathedrals. My old website, sandysparky.net, which is long gone because my computer died and I don't have a backup. But I used to have a whole section of my own internet page dedicated to churches that I would just drive by. Sandy and I would drive by on the highway, and I would stop and take pictures of the church and funky angles and stuff. But I love the architecture of all the various historic churches and cathedrals. I'm still in awe of them. And so but the light show, oh my goodness, that was literally, and the music that went along with it. It was quite the show. But anyway, so the Montreal trip, one of my favorites, and it was one of our least expensive outings for a brick convention ever, because usually we pay full freight, like even in Bricks in the Six. I will not be staying in a hotel room on Thursday night because I'm going to drive back home. I'm going to get there on Thursday. I'm going to do my setup of the layout, and then I'm going to come home. So it saves us a night of hotel rooms. So we're going to be there for Friday night and Saturday night, and then Sunday's takedown afterwards, and then driving back home. And I took Monday off for a change from work. So I, rightly so, because I never did this before. Usually every time I do a show, even on the old Toy Train adult shows, I'd be exhausted. And of course we have to take down Sunday afternoon at 5, 6, 7 p.m. And then you get home at midnight, and then, you have to get up at 7 o'clock to go to work the next day. Yeah, no. So this finally, you kick a person in the head enough times, they're going to learn. I finally booked the day after. I booked the Monday after Bricks in the Sixth. I booked it off. So it's one of my vacation days because I'm going to be exhausted. And the older I get, the more exhausted I am after a show. And I booked Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off as well. I just booked Thursday and Friday. So Thursday more, I'm going to talk to Graham to see when I can get into the show and start setting up. The one thing about Brickomania that one of the many things about Brickomania that I absolutely adored is that the hotel I stayed in for work was exactly the same hotel that the show was in. And so when it was the day of the show, early in the morning, I went down there, and I wasn't working that day because I finished in 4 days instead of 5 days. So I took the Friday off. And they told everybody that you couldn't get onto the floor before noon or 5 or whatever opening was. And I just happened to see the guy, and he says, "Oh, you're here." And I go, "Yeah." He says, "You can come down and set up because we know how long it takes you to set up." And that was, again, I will say this, the layout that I had at Brickomania was my favorite layout of all time because I had the time to do it. I had all Friday. It was fantastic. I can't remember. I even got to Thursday night. I might have gotten to Thursday. I think I got into Thursday night even. I get this mixed up in my head. I think I even actually got in there Thursday night. But I had all the time in the world to set that up. And not feeling pressured, which, again, nobody else puts pressure on me. Janie even did this back in Brick Fat back in the day. She told everybody to stop bugging me because, when people walk by and they start talking to you, it's going to be 20 minutes. And that's 20 minutes of me not setting up. And she saw this, and she knows how long it takes me to set this thing up. And so she went out of her way to tell everybody, don't talk to Dave. When he's setting up, you got all weekend to talk to Dave. Do not talk to Dave when he's setting up, because he'll just blather. As you can see, I do blather on. But she never pressured me. She never said, oh, Dave, you have to get this done, blah, blah. She wasn't there with her watch, and, you know, you had time constraints. But she aided my setup. Thanks, Jenny. And Graham's been fantastic. He's been very, very accommodating at Bricks in the Six. And Callum, one of my favorite people ever. And Brickomania, same thing. Both shows that I've done in Brickomania have been absolutely fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it, but I am also trying to figure out for Bricks in the Six, since I am coming home after emptying the van, that I have the ability to take stuff back to the show. My issue there is, if I don't sell it, I'm not gonna be able to fit in the van to bring it back home. So I've said this to some people, if you want to buy like the ZNAP, it's gonna be in the van. Because somebody's already said, I want it, and I'll pay you for it. So that's fantastic. The late Blay, I'm gonna take pictures of and put them up on Marketplace. And if you guys want it, you can come over here to pick it up beforehand. Or you could just let me know which bins you want, and I'll bring it to Bricks in the Six. So that's my plan, and that's going to save. So I'm going to have 10.5 shelves in here worth of shelving. And again, I'm also not I'm trying not to use the top. If you can see, where am I? Here's my hand. There's you can see I got my display crap up there. My Technic Space Shuttles. Only have 2 because I gave another one to a friend. But I'm trying not to use the top of these things as storage areas, even though, as one of my friends on here even pointed out, I have a lot more space up there. I have that whole 1.5 feet that I could use for storage on top of the shelves now. Don't want to do it. So don't want to do it. I want to downsize. I want to actually have enough space on these shelves to display stuff down here. That's what I really want, because that's what I had when I was in the basement originally. I had a whole row right across of emptiness that I could display stuff on. And I want that, because I don't mind when I'm doing these videos and stuff that you see all my storage stuff, but I also want to, you can see what I built and stuff. And again, the older I get, the less I want. So the older I get, I'm finding the older I get, the more, I won't say smaller stuff makes me happy. That's not exactly right. The more I'm happier with the little tiny things in the world. And one of the things that I'm really getting, I'm not saying, agitated by, is clutter. It's not that as I'm getting agitated by it, I'm not OCD about it, but I am at the point now where having too much stuff, again, Berenstain Bears, is starting to bother me now. And so if I downsize now, I'm going to just sail off into my retirement with what I have here: blue, old light gray, yellow over there. What colors are those things from? Black. And the white and red are going to be over there somewhere. But those things have to be severely downsized, because black is stupid. Black is already 3/4 of that shelf, almost 9/10 of that shelf there. So I'm going to downsize the black, and I'm just going to put everything into a bulk bin and just, $5 a pound. But white and red are exactly the same. Actually, red's worse. I have 5 shoe boxes full of old windows. I'm going, what am I doing? What am I doing with 5 boxes of old 1960s, 1970s windows and doors? I literally will never use those in anything. I was thinking about, vintage Lego builds, make a sky rise using those windows, and I'm going, no, because that's just, no. But somebody else can. If you want them, let me know, because I have 5 bins of them. I'm trying to get it up. Yeah, so my train stuff, my old 4.5 volt stuff, and half my 9-volt straights and half my 9-volt curves I want gone. Because right now the 9-volt rails are in 2 of those bigger boxes, and I want to reduce it to 1. And that will still give me plenty of 9-volt track to last the rest of my life. But if I can get rid of half of it, and I don't know what they're worth right now, 9-volt track. But I would love to get rid of half my straights and half my curves, and each one takes up one of those bins. Same with the Zen net bin, each one. Switches, you don't want to talk about my switches. I think maybe I have 2 sets of switches that are untouched. The rest I took a Dremel to years ago and soldered them together to make nice cross tracks. And so I don't think anybody wants my Dremel 9-volt switches. But anyway, if you do, you can talk to me. I'm actually going to put these things up online, unopened. That one and this one. I have no idea, but this would be easier for me to get online to figure out what these things are worth. We got these things at Rob's store for a very deep discount because Josh wanted them, and they never got built, so they're sealed. The boxes have these stupid stickers on them, some scratches on them, but they're sealed, and they're Star Wars, and I know Star Wars goes for a little bit of money. And I will say this. So my friend mentioned to me that I have a Grand Emporium in the corner cafe, whatever, not built-ish. They're into these big totes too. Even without trying to rebuild them, she said I can get like $400 to $500 each for them. I don't know yet. I don't want them, but because it's taking up shelf space. That I don't want to sort it into the collection, but I also don't want to rebuild because maybe I will. Maybe that's one of those sets I'll rebuild. And then I'm gonna fix this before my bases get bent. Nobody likes bent base plates. But this 10030 under the table here, that I'm gonna leave it up to Josh because he's the one that wanted to build it. He really did. He's been talking about it since he was 4. So I'm gonna leave it up to him if he still wants to build it. And if he wants to build it, I'm gonna let him build it. But I have no space to keep it here at all. And again, I like Star Wars, but not enough to waste 3 feet and by 2 feet of my room. Although it might be able to fit up on top of there. But I don't need an IST sitting here. I do not need it. And so I'm gonna leave it up to him. But if he doesn't want it, somebody can make an offer right now and get it out of here. But I'm gonna leave that up to him. So the box is crap, as I keep on been saying for the last 10 years. It's been my footstool. So do not buy it for the box. But the instructions are in there. So I found that one out. The other thing is I have a whole bunch of these little sets. Like that. I don't know why we bought that. I think we're at the Lego store. And I don't mind. See, Lego movie, yay! Let's see what else I got. Josh wanted to open these. Oh, not that one. I don't think I can. This one? No, this one is not for. This is not one of the ones I got from RTL Toronto. I mean RTL Toronto. Look, this does not say not for resale, so I can sell that. But who wants a friend set? So I'm keeping that one. We bought this when we were in New York, not at the Lego store in downtown, because we never got in there because it's 2-pack. But I wanted a cab. We went to a Lego store. This guy, like all these stupid little things. I got all these stupid little sets that, they spent $5, $10, $15 for, and then they just sit here. Stuff you can probably just buy in the store today. So I'm gonna probably bring a bunch of those. I'm gonna try to get on, Bricklink to see what the lowest price is and sell them off. Just because I will never build them. I don't want to build them. But Optimus I'm keeping, so don't ask me for Optimus. I do have a 10-497 still mint in box. I got it cheap, less than $75. I think I paid $50 for that one. I paid full freight on the first one because the day it was on the market. Of course I bought it. I went there. We drove to Toronto the day they were released because it's a 10-497. And then I picked up another one on Marketplace but it was mint in box, and the guy just bought a bunch of them, and he just I think I paid $75 for the second one, and then the third one, the one I said I got it for $50. And and then I built my two 928s and my one 924 and my one 918 out of those 3 boxes, and then I acquired another one for $50, and I asked my friend if he wanted it because he said he didn't have one, and so it still sits here, waiting. What else do I got in here? I have what do you call this? An advent calendar from 2 years ago, Marvel, unopened. Just stuff. Oh, everybody wants this one. I don't know if these things are still available in the stores, but I can't remember what we paid for it, but it was like basically 40% off at the Rob store. So if you want this, let me know. Josh, we already had purchased one for Josh, and we didn't realize that, so he already has these built, and so now I have another box unopened. So I got the original one years ago. Never built it. I wanted to build this thing. I bought this for me, or Sandy bought this for me. This was for me, and I never got around to building it. They have a re-release of this set, but it's better, or it looks better and niftier. And they got the big one too, but I didn't buy that one. But this is one I got, and what else I got in here? Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna bring stuff to Bits. I don't know if that's. I got 2 bins of poly bags. Again, there's so many poly bags, and some of mine go back to the early 80s poly bags, and so I might just say $5 a poly bag, or whatever for the entire bin. I'll bring that to Bricks in the Six, because we just seem to acquire poly bags all the time. So there we go. So this is, with all seriousness, I want to downsize. That is the focus here, and I want them to go to a good home. So if you're a friend and you are interested and you're in the area, stop on by or let me know, and I'll bring it to Bricks in the Six, and we'll work it out, because I want it gone. That's the important thing. I want it gone. Don't want to be taken for a bath, but I want it gone. So that's it. That's all. I think I'm done for today. I'm tired. So right now, Jeff mentioned that he hadn't seen a video. He's like 3 weeks behind, and he mentioned that the last video he's seen, that I was talking about something else, but I was still in the leg room. The leg room hadn't moved yet. So I'm going 3 weeks. But then Sandy looked up on the phone. We started the basement on September 28th, I think she said. That's when we started moving the Lego up here. So in 1 month, we redid Josh's new room completely, moving all the Lego upstairs into the temporary holding room, and then repainted, plastered, drywalled, fixed up, cleaned up, trimmed up the entire room, which was a bit of work, especially the patching, because there was a lot of drywall patching down there, a lot of holes in the wall. So big holes in the wall that I cut to get access to stuff. And then we moved him downstairs. And of course there was a business trip in there, so I was gone a couple days. And then I started this room like 2 weekends ago, I think it was. This will be at the end of it was a Sunday after we moved Josh downstairs, so 2 Sundays ago. And now we're into Thursday now, so this is a week and 5 days. And I got my Lego stuff in here, and of course we took out the closet in this one and had to rewire it, which was not a lot of fun. But I'm glad they did, because this room's perfect. And people, oh, Dave, it's smaller. No, it's not. Well, it is smaller. This is 8 by 13, and downstairs was 8 by 8 and 5 by 10. So the square feet was comparable. But this is a nice rectangle, and I'm liking this a lot better. I think this was a valid move. I just have to get the shelves organized and get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm going to say this clearly, I could use the help to get rid of stuff. Whoever wants to help me get rid of stuff to their abode, that makes you happy. I actually, even today when I was putting the stuff up here, my yellow, my white, my blue, and my black over here, I was also saying, I've suggested, it's even going back to RTL Toronto, but I also suggested for Torlug to have an open house. Where, hey guys, come over here to my house on the second weekend of May for a barbecue and check out the legroom, and then give them a baggie, like a Ziploc that says, or pick a brick cup and say, grab whatever pieces you want, $10 per pick a brick cup. Again, certain things off limits, monorail, trans yellow. Probably like, even my trans yellow can be downsized. This is me saying it to you. My trans yellow can be downsized. Because I got a lot. Trans neon green, absolutely downsized. So yeah, come on over and we'll work out something. I'm here to downsize. Anyway, said enough. You guys all stay safe, take care, long and prosper, and I will talk to you soon.